Hello and welcome. Today we are going to discuss Common University Entrance Test Examination for PG March 2026 question paper for Commerce section, and I have already uploaded general paper question paper also. You can check out my playlist. Let's start with question number 1. Question number 1. In case of inferior goods, the income elasticity of demand is positive, zero, negative, or infinite. So inferior goods means poor quality goods, and income elasticity of demand means if income increases, the demand for inferior goods will reduce. So correct answer is option 3, negative. Income elasticity of demand for inferior goods is negative because if income increases, the demand for inferior goods will reduce. The option C, 3 is correct answer. Next, economics is the study of how man and society choose, with or without the use of money, to employ scarce productive resources which could have alternative uses to produce various commodities over time and distribute them for consumption now and in future among various people and groups of society. This is the definition of economics, and it is given by Lionel Robbins, Alfred Marshall, Samuelson, or Adam Smith. Correct answer is Samuelson. This definition is given by Samuelson. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, assertion, reason. The average fixed cost curve is a rectangular hyperbola. Correct? Rectangular hyperbola looks like this. Average fixed cost is downward sloping from left to right. The assertion is correct. Reason. Multiplication of average fixed cost with the quantity of output produced always yield fixed value. Correct? It means the formula of average fixed cost is fixed cost divided by quantity, or fixed cost equals to average fixed cost multiplied by quantity. So assertion and reason both are correct, and reason is correct explanation of assertion. So both are correct, and R is correct explanation of A. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, question number 4. Match the list 1 and 2. Distribution of wealth in the year 1899. This concept was provided by whom? Modern theory of rent, quasi-rent, rent accrued to land due to original and indestructible power of the soil. So distribution of wealth was given by Clark, modern theory of rent by Robinson, quasi-rent by Marshall, and rent accrued to land by David Ricardo. The correct sequence is 4, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. Options 3 is correct answer. Next, question number 5. Which of the following does not own regional rural banks in India? NABARD, sponsored bank, central bank, or concerned state government? So regional rural bank, the capital of regional rural bank RRB in India is contributed by 3 firms, or we can say 3 agencies such as central government, state government, and sponsored bank. Out of total capital or total funds, 50% of total fund is provided by central government, 15% of the fund is provided by state government of respective state, and remaining 35% is provided by sponsored bank. For example, in case of Maharashtra, Maharashtra Gramin Bank is a RRB Maharashtra Gramin Bank. So out of total funds, 50% fund is provided by central government, 15% is provided by Maharashtra state government, and remaining 35% is provided by Bank of Maharashtra, the sponsored bank of RRB. So this is how 100% of fund is provided to RRB. So NABARD does not own RRB in India. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, question number 6. Match the list 1 and 2. List 1. Commercial bank, regional rural bank, cooperative bank, development bank. List 2. Established by central government in a state or UT union territory with defined local limits of operation. Next, specialized financial institution for lending is developmental bank. So D2. Classified into scheduled and non-scheduled bank is commercial bank. So A3. Autonomous association of person united voluntary to meet their economic, social and cultural needs is cooperative bank. So RRB is established by central government in a state or UT with defined local limit of operation. So 3142 is correct sequence. And option 1 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following steps of performance appraisal process in correct order. Measuring performance, discussing the appraisal, comparing the actual performance with standard, establishing and communicating performance standard, or taking corrective actions. This will be the last step, and establishing and communicating performance standard will be the first step. So D, then measuring the performance A, then comparing the actual performance with standard one C, then discussing the appraisal B, and then corrective action. So DACBE is correct sequence. Option B is correct answer. Next, question number 7. Okay, question number 8. Arrange the following steps of planning process in correct order. Developing planning premises, setting objectives, selecting plan, identifying evaluating alternatives, and formulating derivative plan. So first step will be setting objectives, B. Then developing planning premises, A. Then identifying and evaluating alternatives, D. Then selecting a plan out of it, and finally formulating derivative plans. So BADCE is correct sequence. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, which of the following are essentials of effective control system? Prompt, complex. No, complex is not the part of control system. Control by exception, objectivity, rigidity. No. So apart from B and E, A, C, D are essential of effective control system. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, match the list 1 and 2. Bureaucracy. This concept was provided by Max Weber. Scientific management by Taylor. Administrative theory by Henry Fayol. And Hawthorne experiment by Elton Mayo. So correct sequence is 4, 1, 2, 3. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, which of the following shell command is used in MS-DOS to display the content of a file? Type, cat, del or date. Correct answer is type. Cat is used in Linux operating system. Del is used for deleting the file, and date is used to change or view the date. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, which of the following is an example of C2C model of e-commerce? Amazon B2C, Oyo B2C, OLX is C2C and Ola is B2C. So OLX is correct answer because on OLX the second-hand goods are purchased and sold. So option 3 is correct answer. Next, A Limited purchase machine on hire purchase system from B on 1st January 2024, paying immediately 20,000 rupees. So 20,000 rupees is down payment and agreeing to pay 3 equal installments of 20,000 rupees each on 31st December every year. The cash price of the machine is 74,500. 74,500 is cash price. Means if you want to purchase in 74,500, you can pay full amount in cash and take over the product. And higher vendor charges interest at the rate 5% per annum. The amount of interest payable by A to B on 31st December 2024 is dash. So machine was purchased on 1st January 24. So out of 74,500, he has made down payment of 20,000 rupees. Means remaining 54,500 rupees, 5% interest will be charged for 1 year. So 54,500 into 5%, 2725 will be the amount of interest payable on 31st December 2024. Remember, they have asked us to identify the amount of interest payable, not EMI. So, amount of interest will be 2,725. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, when head office maintains accounts of department branches by daters method, which of the following statements are correct in relation to accounting adjustment to respective branch account? The opening balance of stock, debtors, petty cash are debited to branch account, correct? The cost of goods sent to branch is credited to branch account, correct? Expenses of the branch paid by head office are credited to branch account? No, it should be debited because debit all expense and losses. So expenses should be debited to branch account, not credited. Amount remitted by branch is debited to branch account, correct? And cost of goods returned by branch is credited to branch account. No. So option A, B, D statement are correct. C and E are incorrect. Correct answer is A, B and D. So option 3 is correct answer. Next. Which of the following statement are incorrect for accounting treatment to close the books of vendor company in case of amalgamation of companies? The assets and liabilities of vendor company are transferred at book value to the separate account called realization account, correct? You have to open realization account and there we have to transfer all the assets and liabilities at book value. First step will be this. Purchase consideration receivable is debited to realization account? No, it is credited to realization account, not debited. So statement B is incorrect. On the receipt of purchase consideration, it is credited to equity shareholder and preference shareholder? No, purchase consideration is not directly credited to shareholders. So B and C statements are wrong. The balance of realization account, either profit or loss is transferred to equity shareholder account. Correct. So B and C are incorrect. They've asked us to identify incorrect statements. So correct answer will be B and C. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, question number 16. Match the list 1 and 2. Accounting Standard 1 for disclosure of accounting policies. Accounting Standard 3 is for cash flow statement. 17 for segment reporting and 2 for valuation of inventories. So correct sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4. And option 1 is correct answer. Next, the BSE sensitive index of equity share prices, popularly known as Sensex. The full form of Sensex is sensitive index. Was launched in which year? Correct answer is option 3, 1986. BSE was established in 1870s and the term sensitive index was given in 1986. Next, assertion reason. Social responsibility of business contributes to economic viability and performance of business enterprise. Correct. In the short run, expenditure on social action program may reduce the amount of profit, but in the long run, such expenditure improves the socio-economic environment of business. Correct. Both are correct, and R is also correct explanation of A. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following steps of process of organizing in correct order. Delegation of authority, assigning the duties, grouping of activities, or identification of activities. So correct sequence is identification of activities, grouping of activities, then assigning the duties and delegation of authority. So DCBA is correct sequence. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, in each observation of data, in each observation, a data is increased by constant k, then arithmetic mean of new data will remain unchanged, get decreased by k, increased by k, or multiplied by k. So if the data is increased by constant, the arithmetic mean also increases by the constant. So option 3 is correct answer. Next, if the value of first quartile and quartile deviation are 90 and 20 respectively, the value of third quartile is dash. So formula for quartile deviation is quartile 3 minus quartile 1 divided by 2. Quartile deviation is 20 equals to quartile 3 we need to identify minus quartile 1, first quartile is 90 divided by 2. So 40 equals to Q3 minus 90. So Q3 equals to 90 plus 40. So 130 is correct answer. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, if standard deviation of x and y are 4 and 3, sigma x, sigma y, 4 and 3 respectively, and coefficient of correlation between x and y is 0.8. Coefficient of correlation means R. Then the regression coefficient of y on x, that is byx, is formula is R into sigma y divided by sigma x. So 0.8 into 3 by 4. 3 by 4 is 0.75. So 0.8 into 0.75 equals to 0.6. So correct answer is option 1. Next, which of the following statements are correct? Statistics are aggregate of facts. Correct? It cannot be misused. No, it can be misused because there may be some biasness involved from the side of researcher or interviewer, or there may be some sampling error. So statistics can be misused. It can Statistics are collected for predetermined purpose. Correct? Statistical laws are exact. No, because statistics is based on probability or estimation or average. So statistical laws are not exact. All statistics are numerical statements of fact, but all numerical statement of facts are not statistics. Correct. So A, C, E are correct. A, C, E only are correct statement. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, question number 24. Match the list 1 and 2. Carl Pearson's coefficient of correlation formula. Spearman's rank correlation coefficient 2, 1. Probable error of correlation coefficient 3. This value is constant. And standard error of correlation coefficient formula is 4. 2, 1, 3, 4 is correct sequence and option 3 is correct answer. You can take screenshot of this explanation also. And remember, this is constant number. Next, which of the following is not an objective of deficit financing? To act as a remedy for depression, correct? Decrease aggregate demand? No. Deficit financing is used to boost demand, increase the demand, and stimulate economy. So option 2 is not the objective. Option 2 is correct answer. Let's check others. To overcome the losses of public sector undertaking, correct, deficit finance is used for that also. For implementing poverty alleviation program, correct. That is SDG and MDG goal also. So option 2 is correct answer. It is not the objective of deficit financing. Not to decrease aggregate demand, but to increase aggregate demand and boost economy. Next, public debt management aims at raising the required amount of funding at the desired risk and cost level. Correct. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, 27. Assertion reason. X offered to buy a book at 100 rupees displayed in the shelf of a shop with a price tag of 100 rupees, but the bookseller refuses to sell it as he does not have another copy of it is in his stock. So assertion is yet to check. A display of goods with price marked thereon is only invitation for an offer and not the offer itself. Correct. So assertion and reason both are correct. The seller can refuse to sell, and the reason is just display is invitation for an offer but not offer itself. So both are correct and R is also correct explanation of A. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following Indian acts on the basis of their enactment in chronological order. Partnership Act 1932, Sale of Goods Act 1930, Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, Contract Act 1872, Consumer Protection Act 2019. So, correct sequence is D, C, B, A, E. D, C, B, A, E. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, Which of the following are the rights of unpaid seller against the goods? Right of suit for price? No. Right of suit for special damage? No. Right of lien, right of stoppage of goods in transit, and right of resale. C, D, E are correct. A and B are not correct. So, which of the following are the right of unpaid seller against the goods? C, D, and E only. Option 3 is correct answer. Right to retain the goods. If the amount is not paid by the buyer, then he can stop the goods in transit or he can resell to another customer also. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, question number 30. Match the list 1 and 2. List 1, ambiguous instrument, Incotec instrument, check and bank draft. List 2, an incomplete or blank negotiable instrument properly stamped and signed is Incotec instrument. A bill of exchange drawn on specified banker payable on demand is check. An instrument which is in such form that it may either be treated as bill of exchange or promissory note is ambiguous instrument, and it is an order issued by one bank to another or it is its own branch instructing to pay sum of money to specified person to his order is bank draft. 3124 is correct sequence. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, 31 question number. Assertion and reason. Process costing method is useful in manufacturing of product like steel, paper, medicine, soaps, and chemical, correct? Because these products are passed on through various processes for manufacturing finished goods. So assertion is correct. Reason. Process costing is a method of costing used in industries where materials have to pass through two or more processes for being converted into final product. Correct. Both are correct and R is correct explanation of A. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, question number 32. Arrange the following item in the correct sequence of in which they are shown in marginal cost statement. So marginal cost statement format is sales minus variable cost. We get contribution, deduct fixed cost, we get profit. So correct sequence is sales D, variable cost A, contribution C, fixed cost E, then we get profit B. So D, A, C, E, B. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, while reconciliation of cost and financial account for calculating profit as per financial account from profit as per cost account means starting point is profit as per cost account. After reconciliation, we get profit as per financial account. Which of the following purely financial items are deducted? Interest on loans or bank mortgage, correct? It is expense and it is deducted. Interest received on bank deposit, loan and investment is financial income and not deducted, it is added. Expense and discounts on issue of shares and debentures are deducted. Loss by fire not covered by insurance is also deducted. And rent receivable E is financial income. It is added, not deducted. So B and E are not deducted. A, C, D is correct answer. Option 2 is correct answer. Only these three items are deducted because they are the expenses. And B and E are not deducted, they are added because they are income, financial incomes. Next, match the list 1 and 2. Direct material, indirect labor, indirect expense. List 2. Stores means material used for maintaining machine is indirect material because it is not directly related to production. Cloth in dress making. So cloth is raw material. So it is direct material. 2, 1. Factory rent is indirect expense. 3. And salary paid to foreman means worker and supervisor is indirect labor. So 2143. 2143. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, question number 35. Arrange the following steps of incorporation of company in chronological order. Obtain certificate of incorporation, that will be the last step. Drafting and signing of MOA, AOA, consent of person nominated as director, reservation of name by filing the application. This will be the first step. Pay fees and amount of stamp duty. So correct sequence will be reservation of name by filing an application D, then drafting and signing MOA, AOA B, then consent of person nominated as director C, then pay fees and amount of stamp duty E, and obtain certificate of incorporation DBCEA. Option 4 is correct sequence. Next, as per section 52 of Companies Act 2013, the securities premium account can be utilized for which of the following purpose? Issue of partly paid bonus share? No. Security premium can be used to issue fully paid bonus share, not partly paid. Bonus share should be always fully paid. To write off preliminary expense? Yes. Write off issue expense? Yes. Premium paid on redemption of preference shares or redemption of debenture? Correct. Buyback of its own share or other securities under section 68? Yes. Security premium can be used for that purpose also. So B, C, D, E is correct sequence. Correct answer, option 2. Next, question number 37. Which of the following are correct in respect of quorum required to hold valid general meeting of company? For public company, minimum 5 members personally present. In case of members is not more than 1000. Correct. For public company, minimum 20 members personally present when number of member is more than 1000 but up to 5000. No, it should be 15, not 20. For public limited company, minimum 30 members personally present when number of members more than 5000. Correct. In case of private company, minimum 3 members personally present. No, it is minimum 2 members personally present. So D is wrong. 1 member may constitute valid quorum in case of tribunal calls or direct the calling of general meeting. Correct. So correct is A, C and E. A, C, E only are correct. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, question number 38. List 1 and 2. AOI of company limited by guarantee and not having share capital. Table H. AOI of an unlimited company and having share capital. As per table 1. AOI of company limited by share. Table F. AOI of company limited by guarantee and having share capital. G. So 4, 1, 2, 3 is correct sequence. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, assertion reason. Considering the harmful effect of liquor and tobacco product, the government of India banned the advertising of these products. As a result to this, the manufacturer of these products started seeking other way to promote these products. Correct? It is called as surrogate advertising. Reason. The manufacturer introduced various other products, that is surrogate, in the market with the same brand name like soda to remind the target market of their original products. Correct? So both are correct and R is also correct explanation of A. So option 1 is correct answer. For example, Kingfisher, liquor is available, soda is available. Like this, McDowell or Johnny Walker, all many products are there. So correct answer is option 1. Next, arrange the following steps of communication process as per Dagmar model in proper sequence. Attitude, action, aware, unaware, comprehension, and image. So correct sequence is unaware, then aware, comprehension and image, attitude, and action. So DCEAB is correct sequence. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, question number 41. Which of the following are the requirements of successful closing of sale? Positive attitude of salesperson, correct, it is required. Forward some of the selling point and hit as early as possible, correct. Holding the attention of the prospect, correct. Handling the question and objection properly, correct. Effective presentation and demo, correct. All are correct. A, B, C, D, E. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, question number 42. Match the list 1 and 2. Yellow pages, informational for point of purchase, advertising, product placement. Promotion of product or brand in a movie in such a way to enter the subconscious mind of the consumers. Option D. D1. Product placement. There are many examples of this advertising promotion, like in many movies, the same things happen. Next, banner, poster, stickers put inside the retail shop is point of purchase advertising. Customer come and to purchase the product, but they see advertisement of many other things. So C2, television commercial run as typical as television program, informational. So info and commercial, that is 3. Directory of local business names and product, yellow pages. So 4321 is correct sequence. And option 4 is correct answer. Next, the revenue function of the firm is given as this formula, where R is the revenue and X is the quantity sold. This is quantity sold. The revenue maximizing level of quantity sold is, so we need to first differentiate. So it is 2250 minus 72 into 2, 150 x equals to 0. So x equals to 2250 divided by 150, which is 2250 divided by 150 is 15. Correct answer is 15 units. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, question number 44. The effective rate RE equivalent to the nominal rate R converted M times a year is given by. So option 4 is correct answer because we need to deduct 1 also. Next, which of the following are the methods for finding initial feasible solution for transportation problem? Stepping stone method? No, it is used for optimality test. Vogel's approximation model, correct. Northwest corner model, correct. Lowest cost entry method, correct. Modi method, no. It is also used for optimality test. So BCD is correct answer, option 4. Next, question number 46, match the list 1 and 2. Matrix addition is commutative. If A and B be both two matrices of the same order, then A plus B equals to B plus A. A4. Matrix addition is associative. If A plus B plus C A, B, C, three matrices of the same order, then A plus B plus C equals to A plus B plus C. So B2, existence of additive identity 1, if O is zero matrix of same order as that of matrix A, then A plus O equals to A plus A equals to O plus A. 1. Existence of additive inverse. Inverse means negative. So if A be any matrix, then A plus minus A equals to O equals to minus A plus A. So 3. 4, 2, 1, 3 is correct sequence and option 4 is correct answer. Next question number 47. A bought two life insurance policy, one from XYZ company and second from WXY company of a sum 20 lakh, 30 lakh. He met with an accident and admitted to hospital and unfortunately dies. The legal representative of the insured are entitled to get 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 50 lakh or only 10 lakh. Correct answer is 50 lakh rupees full. In case life insurance, the concept of contribution is not applied. It is applied in general insurance. So 50 lakh rupees full amount, 20 lakh plus 30 lakh rupees full amount will be received because life is not valued in money measurement. Life is not valued in terms of money. So the legal representative will get full amount. Next, a fire was set at X house and left wall of his neighbor Y in dangerous state. After a few days, a windstorm came, caused the wall to fall and damage Y's property covered under fire insurance. Choose the correct answer. Y is not entitled to claim the compensation from insurance company as fire has no proximity with cause of loss. No. Y is entitled to claim the compensation from insurance company as the loss is caused due to proximity of fire. Second is correct answer because the primary cause is fire. So Y is able to receive fire insurance. So option 2 is most appropriate answer. He can claim. Next, question number 49. If an SSE incurs a loss under the head income from house property and such loss is not fully adjusted under the other heads of income in this same assessment year, then the balance loss shall be allowed to carry forward and set off against income from house property in subsequent years, subject to a limit of 8 assessment years. Option 4 is correct answer. 8 assessment years, loss can be carried forward and set off. A form of CA which satisfies all conditions of section 184 and 40B for the assessment year 25-26 has paid remuneration to partner amounting to 2,75,000 rupees. The book profit of the firm is 41,050 rupees. The firm can claim deduction for remuneration paid to partner of 90% of book profit or 1,50,000 rupees, whichever is higher as per these sections. But this value is not given, so we will consider 90% of book profit, that is 41,050 into 90%. That will come around 36,945. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following steps of computation of income from house property in correct order. Deduction under section 24 of Income Tax Act. This will be the last step. Computation of NAV, deduction of municipal tax, computation of GAV or expected rent. First we'll identify expected rent, then GAV, then municipal tax will be deducted, then we get NAV, and last step will be deduction of section 24. So EDCBA, EDB EDCBA. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, arrange the following items in ascending order of the section of Income Tax Act related to deduction from gross total income. Deduction in respect of interest on deposit in saving bank account to the maximum extent to 10,000 rupees, 80 TTA. Deduction for interest paid on loan taken for pursuing higher education, ATE. Deduction in respect of royalty income of authors of certain book, PYQQB. Deduction in respect of contribution to Agnipath scheme, ATCCH. Deduction in respect of donation to certain fund or charitable institution, ATG. So, correct ascending order is D, starting from D, DBECA. Option 3 is correct answer. Which of the following is incorrect statement of financial auditing? Financial auditing is a systematic and dependent examination by qualified person. No. Independent examination by qualified person. Primary purpose of financial auditing is to express the opinion as to the truthfulness and fairness of the financial statement, correct? To give opinion whether the financial statement provides true and fair view or not. Third, the scope of financial auditing extend all types of entities, commercial as well as non-commercial, correct? In financial auditing, the opinion or judgment of the auditor on the assertion made by the management in the financial statement is communicated through the audit report to the client or shareholder, correct? So, which one is incorrect statement? Option 1 is incorrect. Statement 1. Because financial auditing is a systematic and independent examination by qualified person. So, option 1 is incorrect statement. Next, appointment of first auditor in case of government company shall be made by CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General, within how many days of registration of the company? So, appointment of auditor, first auditor in case of government company, appointment by CAG within 60 days from the date of registration. So, option D is correct answer. You can take screenshot of this. It is very helpful. Next, question number 55. Statutory central auditor are required to submit the long form auditor report to the bank latest by first quarter end, that is after March, April, May, June, 31st, 30th June every year. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, according to Section 44AB of Income Tax Act, tax audit is compulsory for a person carrying on profession if his gross receipt in the profession for assessment year 25-26 exceeds 50 lakh rupees. Option 4 is correct answer. For professionals such as CA, doctors, lawyers, architect, engineer, all these are professionals. So 50 lakh gross receipt is correct answer. Next, question number 57. Which of the following year is known as the year of Great Divide with reference to population of India? 1921 is correct answer. This is a first time. It is the year in which the population has declined. 1921, year of Great Divide. Next, assertion reason. Advertising is paid from non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas of goods and services by an identifier sponsor. Correct. Any communication about the organization, its product or policy through the media that is not paid for by the organization will not be considered as advertising. Correct. Both are correct and R is correct explanation of A. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, question number 59. Arrange the following steps of consumer buying behavior, buying decision process in correct sequence. Information search, purchase decision, evaluation of alternatives, problem recognition, and post-purchase behavior. So post-purchase behavior will be the last step and problem recognition will be the first step. D. First problem recognition, then information search, then evaluation of alternatives, then purchase decision and post-purchase behavior. D, A, C, B, E is correct sequence. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, question number 60. Which of the following are the external environmental factor? So, business environment can be classified into internal and external environment. External environment can be further classified into micro and macro environment. And micro environmental factors are customers, competitors, general public, then dealers, suppliers, etc. Macro environmental factors are legal environment, global environment, then demographic environment, economical, political, socio-cultural, all these are macro environment. So which one is micro environmental factor? External micro environmental factor. Supplier, competitor, demographic is macro, public is correct, customer is also correct. So A, B, D, E. A, B, D, E. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, question number 61. Match the list 1 and 2. Brand name, product. Dabur Honey is a product. Trade name is Dabur. Brand equity is the effect brand name has on customer response to the product. That is brand equity. And slogan is Zindagi ke saath bhi, Zindagi ke baad bhi. So 3, 1, 4, 2 is correct sequence and option 3 is correct answer. Next, which of the following is not correct in respect of Philip curve? It describes the inverse relation between the rate of inflation and rate of unemployment. Correct. Philip first put this theory in 1985. No, 1958 is correct. So which one is not correct? 2 is not correct. Philip observed that price stability has a trade-off against unemployment. Correct. And last, if unemployment decreases, inflation will also decrease and vice versa. No, 4 is also incorrect because unemployment decreases, inflation increases. See, unemployment is negative point. It decreases, it means it is positive point. So if unemployment decreases, it means employment increases. So employment increases and inflation also increases. So 2 and 4 both are incorrect. There may be some typing mistake. So option 4 is most appropriate answer. Next, assertion reason. As per psychological law of consumption, when aggregate income increases, the consumption expenditure also increases, but by a somewhat smaller amount, correct? As income increase, more and more of our want gets satisfied and lesser amount we spend are out of subsequent increase in income, correct? Both are correct. R is also correct explanation. So option 1 is correct answer. Next, question number 64. Arrange the following steps involved in calculation of national income by income method in proper sequence. estimation of net factor income from abroad, calculation, classification of factor income, domestic income estimation, identification and classification of producing enterprise, and estimation of national income. So D will be the first step and E will be the last step. So D, identification, classification of producing enterprise, then classification of factor income, B, then C, estimation of domestic income, then estimation of net income from abroad, and last, estimation of national income. So D, B, C, A, E is correct sequence. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, which of the following are assumptions of Say's laws of market? The size of market is not capable of expansion. No, it is capable of expansion. Perfect competition prevail in both factor and product market. Correct. There is optimum allocation of resource. Correct. The amount of labor and capital cannot be raised in market based on price mechanism. No, all savings are automatically invested. Correct. So assumptions are perfect competition prevail in the market in both factor market and product market both. Second assumption is optimum allocation of resources. Third assumption is all savings are automatically invested. So B, C, D are correct assumption. B, C, E. Option 3 is correct answer. Next, Ricardo explained the law of comparative advantage on the basis of opportunity cost, law of diminishing return, the labor theory of value, or economies of scale. So option 3 is correct answer. David Ricardo based on the labor theory of value. Next, match the list 1 and 2. A fire in factory delaying production of 3 weeks. Seasonal variation, secular, cyclical, or irregular variation. So irregular variation is correct based on fire or flood, etc. All these are the example. They are era of prosperity, cyclical, because it shows business cycle, that is prosperity, that is boom or decline, recession period, all this. So A4, B3, need for increased wheat production due to constant increase in population is secular trend. It shows population growth or economic growth, secular trend. 2, the increasing day temperature from winter to summer, seasonal variation like winter or weather or season. So 1. 4, 3, 2, 1 is correct sequence. Option 2 is correct answer. Next, which of the following is incorrect in relation to appropriation of credit in case of multiple debts as per the famous Clayton's rule? To discharge of particular debt as per the instruction of debtor, we need to identify incorrect statement. If data does not intimate or circumstances do not indicate as per the discretion of the creditor, when neither party indicates to discharge the debt of the order in order of time, or to first to discharge the principal and then interest in chronological order. Option 4 is correct answer. It is incorrect statement. Next, which of the following type of crossing is not recognized by Negotiable Instrument Act 1881? Not negotiable crossing, crossing with not negotiable. Triple crossing is correct answer because there is nothing like triple crossing. Special crossing and general crossing. Stating general crossing is simply crossing this check, and special crossing means account pay only when we write. that is special crossing. So option 2 is correct answer. Next, the main agency for implementing Rural Infrastructure Development Fund is SEEDB, EXIM, IFPI or NABARD. So correct answer is NABARD. SEEDB is for small industrial development. EXIM is for exporter and importer. IFCI is for financial cooperation, industrial financial corporation for industries. So for rural infrastructure and development, NABARD is correct answer. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Next, arrange the following financial institutions in order of their establishment in chronological order. ICICI 1955, NABARD 1982, IFCI 1948, IDBI 1964. So correct sequence is C, A, D, B. Option 4 is correct answer. Next, in the final simplex tabula, a 0 Cj minus Zj entry for non-basic variable indicates that the problem has unique solution, multiple optimal solution, unbounded or infeasible solution. Correct answer is option 2, multiple optimal solution. You can take screenshot of this table. One or more Cj minus Zj equals to 0, non-basic, multiple optimal solution. Correct answer is option 2. Next, if z equals to 2x square y square plus 3xy square plus y cube, the partial derivative of z with respect to x is dash. So, y will be the constant. So, derivative of 2x square y square is 4xy square plus derivative of 3xy square is 3y square plus y cube, derivative of y cube is 0. So, correct answer is option 1, 4xy square plus 3y square. Option 1 is correct answer. Next, assertion reason. In Leontief's open input-output model, some of the production is consumed by those who produce it, and rest of the production is consumed by external bodies such as household, government, and so on. Correct? Means the production will be consumed by the farmer itself first, and then rest of the production will be consumed by external participants. Assertion is correct. Reason. The objective in the Leontief's open input-output model is to find relative income of each participant in the system. No, the main objective is to find out total output required to satisfy final consumption, final demand. So reason is incorrect. So assertion is correct, but reason is incorrect. Option 3 is correct answer. And the last question, assertion reason. Maximax principle is the most optimistic, non-probabilistic criterion for decision making under risk or uncertainty. Correct. Assertion is correct. Reason. In Maximax principle, the decision maker selects the maximum payoff associated with each course of action and then select the one with the highest value. Reason is also correct. Both are correct, and R is also correct explanation of A. So option 1 is correct answer. Here we have completed March 2026 question paper for commerce section. I have also completed general paper for March 2026. You can check out my playlist. Happy learning. Bye.